So picture this. A regular college guy named Won-jun moves into a share house. He's the kind of guy who wears sensible jackets, studies too hard, and probably reminds his mom to take her vitamins. Boring? A little. Harmless? Entirely. But here's the thing. Before he even gets to the house, the universe is already setting him up. His friend Soo-jin drives him to the bus station in a truck that is basically a dream suite shrine. Photos everywhere, merch on the dashboard, their songs blasting through the speakers. There's even a Doona air freshener hanging directly in front of Won-jun's face the entire ride. And this man notices none of it. Zero. He's too busy worrying about his sick mom and his sister back home. So he arrives at this share house with a dream suite hoodie on, borrowed from Soo-jin, didn't even realize, singing one of their songs under his breath like it's elevator music. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. He walks in and immediately meets his roommates, one normal dude, and then her. Doona is sitting on the stairs smoking like she owns the place and also hates everyone in it. She doesn't say hello, she doesn't even look up, she just exists with maximum attitude and zero explanation. Won-jun, being the polite little angel he is, introduces himself. Her response? Nothing. Silence. Then she walks away. And here's where I have to pause and say, Won-jun, my guy, that was your first red flag. Why are you still standing there like a golden retriever who got slapped? Later, he finds out from his roommate that Doona isn't just some random rude girl. She's that Doona, former lead vocalist of Dream Suite, a girl group so famous even Won-jun's grandma probably knows their songs. The main vocalist, the center, the face, then one day, poof, she fainted mid-performance on stage in front of thousands of people and never came back. No farewell concert, no tearful Instagram post, just gone. The internet went crazy. Is she dating someone? Did she have a scandal? Is she dead? Nope. She just moved into this crappy share house and decided to rot. And honestly, kind of iconic, but also deeply sad. Won-jun doesn't care about K-pop, so this news hits him like wet bread. He's just like, oh, okay. That's the thing about him that I actually love. He doesn't treat her like a celebrity or a tragedy. He treats her like the weird roommate who leaves cigarette butts on the stairs. That's refreshing. But also, my dude, maybe read a room? She's clearly dying inside and you're worried about the vacuum cleaner. Priorities. The vacuum cleaner thing actually becomes a whole situation. She doesn't empty it. Dust starts forming a new ecosystem. Won-jun finally knocks on her door and confronts her, politely because he's Won-jun, and Doona just stares at him like he's speaking alien. Then, out of nowhere, she laughs. Not a fake laugh, a real one. Like she forgot she even could laugh. And she looks at him differently. Not warmly, let's not get crazy, but curiously. Like he's a weird little bug she hasn't seen before. That's when I knew. Oh no, she's interested. And he has no idea what's coming. But before all of that softness, there's the stalker accusation. The next morning, Won-jun walks out the front door humming one of Dream Suite's songs, completely absent-mindedly, like it's stuck in his head from the car ride. Doona hears it. She storms out and accuses him to his face of being a Sasang fan who followed her into the house. And here's the thing, Won-jun doesn't panic. He doesn't apologize. He just calmly looks at her and says he only recognized her because she brought it up herself. Then he turns and walks away. Doesn't grovel, doesn't stare, just leaves. And Doona stands there watching him go with this expression like she doesn't know what to do with a person who isn't afraid of her. Neither do I, honestly. Then that same night, he comes home and finds her outside in the snow, crying, alone. He tries to walk past her. She notices him and tells him never to sing her song again. Then she stands up to leave and just drops. Collapses right there in the snow. He calls an ambulance immediately. She wakes up in a hospital bed and nobody comes. Not her manager, not her group mates, not her mother, nobody. She just lies there in that hospital room completely alone, and the show doesn't make a big deal of it. It just lets that emptiness sit there. And somehow that's worse than if she'd been screaming. Meanwhile, the other college girl Jinju shows up, and she's not just some sweet background character. Her and Won-jun have history, real history. He confessed to her in high school and she disappeared on him without explanation, just pulled away. He spent years assuming she didn't feel the same way and never pushed it. Now they're at the same university, working the same job, and all of that unfinished business is just sitting between them unspoken. She's clearly still into him. He's still carrying that old wound, and this man has the emotional intelligence of a brick, a lovable brick, but a brick. Things get weird fast. Doona starts orbiting Won-jun like a chaotic little moon. She calls him when she's bored. She waits outside when she knows he's coming home. And then there's the night he doesn't pick up because he's at his engineering welcome party having coffee with Jin-ju during his break. Doona calls. He doesn't answer. She calls again. Still nothing. So she shows up. Because of course she does. And when some drunk guys at the party grab Won-jun's phone and start threatening him, Doona, who was right outside buying drinks, walks in and moves to smash one of their heads with a wine bottle. Full swing. No hesitation. Won-jun intercepts it by throwing a ball at the bottle, gets a cut on his arm in the process, and then, after the whole thing is over, looks at her and says, "You need to manage your anger better." And she just stares at him. Because what kind of person takes a cut for you and then lectures you about your feelings? Won-jun kind, apparently. Then comes the quieter, more dangerous moment. He's outside one evening and finds her feeding a stray cat. She tells him she hates it most when someone ignores her calls, then quickly clarifies she's talking about someone else, not him. He asks why she called then, since it clearly wasn't an emergency. And she says, completely flat-voiced, "I wanted to hear your voice." He gets flustered. He doesn't know what to say, so he says nothing. And she just keeps feeding the cat like she didn't just crack herself open a little. That line, that one line. I need everybody to understand that is more romantic than any kiss scene in this entire show. Doona wanted to hear his voice. She who ignores her mother's calls. She who lets her manager's calls go to voicemail. She called this boring engineering student because she wanted to hear his voice. I'm normal about this. I'm completely normal. Then she puts her freezing cold feet on his leg and calls him her personal heater. He complains but doesn't move her feet. And I'm sitting here screaming, "That's flirting, you idiot!" But no, he thinks she's just being annoying. Which, okay, she is being annoying, but that's her love language. The girl literally quit a nationally beloved music group and vanished from the face of the earth. Do you think she knows how to say "I like you" like a normal person? No, she's gonna put her gross cold feet on you and call it a day. And honestly, respect. But here's the birthday scene that genuinely broke me. Won-jun somehow finds out it's Doona's birthday. He doesn't make it a big deal. He doesn't throw her a party or buy her flowers or post about it. He just quietly makes her seaweed soup. Then when she mentions her birthday, he pretends he didn't know. They go out and he takes her to a claw machine. A claw machine! This woman used to sell out arenas. She used to have a glam team and a personal stylist and a manager handling every hour of her life. And now she's standing in front of a coin-operated prize machine with a college student who makes ramyun for breakfast, and she is completely mesmerized. She wins a little stuffed animal and holds it like it's the best gift she's ever received. Maybe it is. Then Doona offers to help him win Jin-ju over. Her advice: push her against a wall, stare at her for 5 seconds, don't say a word, and see what happens. She asks if he wants to practice on her. And he just does it. He presses her against an exercise machine in the park, holds the eye contact, full 5 seconds. Neither of them blinks. And at the end he says happy birthday and steps back laughing, saying her tactics don't work. But her face in that moment tells a completely different story. Her tactics worked perfectly, on herself. She just can't admit it yet. He goes home and immediately calls Jin-ju to clarify there's nothing going on between him and Doona, because he genuinely believes that. Sweet, clueless, hopeless boy. Meanwhile, her old manager keeps circling. The entertainment company wants her back. Doona ignores every call, and that night she comes home to find a gift and a handwritten note sitting on her table. Someone got into her room without anyone noticing. She grabs the note, looks around the empty room, and runs outside barefoot into the street trying to find whoever left it, standing there in the cold with no shoes on, looking completely lost. The episode ends right there, and I need you to understand how scary that is, not just because of the stalker, but because of what it says about her. She has no one to call, no security, no manager who actually cares, just a cold street and a note from someone who got too close. The stalker situation gets worse before it gets better. Doona starts noticing someone outside photographing her through her window. She slams the curtain shut and tears her room apart looking for hidden cameras, finds nothing, tries to breathe. Then she gets trapped in her own bathroom. Door lock breaks, she can't get out. She's in there long enough that she starts to panic. Won-jun hears her, breaks the door open, and the moment she's free, she grabs him and cries. Not politely, not quietly, just full body crying into his shoulder like something finally snapped. He holds her, doesn't say much, just holds her. Then he fixes her lock. And while he's working on it, they actually talk. She tells him she never had a father. He tells her his dad passed away. She says growing up without one was fine. The real pain was losing the people who were there from the beginning. She doesn't explain what she means. She doesn't have to. He doesn't push. He just keeps fixing the lock. And then he notices cigarettes in her cabinet. She says they're not hers. And neither of them say anything else about it because there are some things you don't press on. He takes her outside after that. They play a stupid anger game. They play basketball. She cheers up. She thanks him. He tells her about his date with Jin-ju, and she's genuinely happy for him. Tells him to stop running away from her, and he promises he will. The date happens. Cherry blossoms. Nice start. Then it rains. Jin-ju's friend Sehun drives past and offers them a lift. And suddenly everyone's back at the share house, and Yoon-tak is praising Sehun in front of Jin-ju, and Doona is watching the whole thing with those sharp eyes of hers. Sehun says he and Jin-ju are soulmates. And you can see Won-jun's face fall because that's the exact word he used to describe himself and Jin-ju for years. Yoon-tak jokingly tells them to kiss, and Won-jun gets up and leaves to get ice cream because he can't sit there and watch. Doona follows him. They walk back together, joking around, and he gives her his hoodie because she stays out to smoke. She puts it on, goes back inside. Jin-ju sees it and puts her ice cream down. Doesn't eat it, doesn't say anything, just puts it down. Later, Sehun quietly admits to Won-jun that he likes Jin-ju and is trying to court her. New rival, confirmed, noted, painful. That night, Won-jun and the housemates catch the stalker. He's been photographing Doona from outside. They track him down, and Won-jun, in the most Won-jun move possible, gets the guy to sign a written agreement to never come near Doona again. No police, no scandal, just a piece of paper and a calm voice. Then he goes back to the share house and sleeps on Doona's sofa all night so she feels safe. He doesn't announce it. He doesn't ask for credit. He just does it. And I need you to understand, that is the most romantic thing that happens in 3 whole episodes. Not the wall stare, not the feet on the leg. This man sleeping on an uncomfortable sofa in silence because she was scared. That's it. That's the whole show right there. Morning comes. Doona pretends nothing happened. Classic avoidance queen behavior. She makes him ramyun, badly, and acts all bubbly like she didn't cry into his shoulder 12 hours ago. He tries to bring things up. She changes the subject every single time. Finally, she says, "Take me on a date." And he's like, "A date?" And she says, "Don't make it weird. Just come." So they go to a batting cage, where she swings like she's trying to murder the baseball. Then a cheap buffet where she piles her plate like she's never seen food before. Then, and this is where it gets real, a coin laundry. A coin laundry. They're sitting on a vibrating washing machine watching their clothes spin like idiots, and she just starts talking. She tells him everything, really everything. She was 11 years old when she became a trainee. No friends, no school, no childhood, just dance practice until her feet bled and her knees gave out. She debuted at 17 and suddenly the whole country loved her, until they didn't. "Your face changed." You ruined the group. You're ugly inside and out. She read every comment, every single one. She stopped sleeping, stopped eating. One day during a live broadcast in front of thousands of viewers, she just stood up and walked off camera. No explanation, no goodbye. She didn't even pack her stuff. She just left. And she's been hiding in that share house ever since, waiting to stop existing. And here's where I have to give Won-jun credit. He doesn't say it'll be okay or you should go to therapy or any of that useless stuff people say when they don't know what to say. He just says, that sounds really lonely. 4 words, and Doona breaks. She cries like a little kid, whole body shaking, face ugly, snot and everything. He holds her hand in that hot, loud laundry room, and nobody stares because nobody cares, and that's the first time in years she feels safe. I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay, fine. I'm crying. After that, they walk home like something shifted between them. He doesn't know what they are. She doesn't either. But he ignores a text from Jin-ju and a call from his mom because for the first time in his boring, sensible life, nothing matters except the girl who put her cold feet on his leg and called him a heater. Then she posts a selfie. First time in over a year. No makeup, no filter, just her face and a bear emoji, his nickname for her. Within an hour, chaos. News outlets scream, Doona returns with mystery boyfriend. Fans and reporters swarm the house. Cameras flash through the windows. Won-jun looks outside like a deer caught in headlights. Doona stands next to him, pale as death, and whispers, I'm sorry. And I'm sitting here like sorry for... What, girl? For existing? For wanting one person to see you? He doesn't know yet that her apology isn't about the cameras. It's about what's coming next. The show's about to tear them apart.